Countdown to Halloween, featuring Gregory Miller's Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales. Every night at exactly midnight, a new story will appear on StoryLink Radio's YouTube channel. You'll have 24 hours to listen, then it will disappear and the next one will appear. Plan to catch these each day or you'll miss one. Each story will be 2 to 13 minutes long. If you haven't already, be sure to listen to the introduction to the book right here on this channel. And now, tonight's story from Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales. October 13th, the reunion. By midnight, Will Baldwin's 20th high school reunion was over. Drunk, he decided to undertake some sentimental business. He left the Marriott, he turned off the busier streets and onto darker ones, and then reached the isolation and looming pines of River Road and parked in a half-hidden gravel lot. Up the crumbling stairs stood the ruins of Hell House, a female boarding school abandoned over 90 years before. Legend had it, the 1918 flu pandemic killed over 24 students there, some of whom were still buried on the grounds in unmarked graves. The misfortune had shut the school down for good, and the property had been dark and haunted ever since. In high school, Will had gone there to drink, smoke, talk big with friends, and make love to Sarah Reber. And it was also there, at the end of his senior year, that he had flung his amethyst class ring off into the darkness after Sarah returned it to him, ending the first romance of both their lives. "Well, there's a damn present for whoever else finds it," he'd said, and then walked away into his future. Now Sarah was married with children, someone else's, of course, and so was he. They had become strangers to one another, but in quiet places where little ever changed, Will felt close to the past. So seeing Sarah again after 20 years had sent him here, where cold winds still blew through the same ancient boughs and time felt thin. He stood by the car, swaying, then activated his phone light and stumbled across the lot, up the broken stone steps and onto the overgrown front lawn. Ahead, the 4-story bulk of Hell House loomed against the moon. "Stupid," he said after a long moment, staggered by loneliness. "Never should have done this. The past is buried." He turned to go, cutting toward a clearer path in the tall grass, then stepped into an open space, flailed his arms wildly, and landed hard in cold mud. Sinkholes, he thought. Yes, the area was full of them. Every time storms hit, more opened up. Nothing broken. He got to his feet, felt the cool bank of earth surrounding him, then activated the light on his phone again. For a long moment, Will stared at the landslide that had sloughed away from the pit's edge, trying to make sense of what lay jumbled within and upon it. Skeletons, he finally told himself. They're skeletons. So the legend was true. Will did not scream or yelp. Gaping skulls and dirt-stained bones couldn't frighten a pragmatist like him. And then the light picked up a glint. Just a brief hint of shining reflection. He leaned in. He could not, at first, comprehend what he was looking at. Seeing something familiar in a strange place often has that effect on people. It disassociates, at least temporarily, and Will's disassociation was profound. Then he did comprehend it. Things clicked back into place. His mind accepted what he saw as reality, and he remembered to breathe. But if comprehension came, understanding did not. Only possibilities, all of them appalling. So he started to move, away from the run of dirt, away from the dead girls in their tattered dresses. First he stepped calmly, but then, clawing his way up the steep bank, the panic set in. It crashed down upon him like a drowning tide and didn't let up until half an hour later when he was back in the Marriott's bar slamming down drinks. "The past is buried. past is buried," he kept repeating, during his fearful run, during his drive back to the hotel, during the wait for his drink. And only as he drank did he realize what he was saying and stop saying it. But even then he knew it wasn't true. Saying it did not blot out the memory of seeing his mud-encrusted high school class ring, its amethyst stone glinting in the light of his phone, on the skeletal finger of a nameless, forgotten girl, dead far longer than he had been alive. You've just heard tonight's story from Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales from author Gregory Miller. You can get this book right now on Amazon at the on-screen link, and Kindle Unlimited users can borrow a copy of the book for free. You can learn more about Gregory Miller and his many amazing books and projects at his website, On Screen. If you have not already, be sure to listen to our event video here and visit our event website to learn all about our upcoming events. Remember to come back after midnight for our next tale. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for StoryLink Radio.